Good evening, guys. Day 19 into my water fast slash dry fast. Since it's been out of the 19 days, done about 7 days actually dry fasted. I'm gonna push here soon for a shit. My goal, I say, is 4. If I can go longer, I'm going to, because I know Cole's done full week, and he was doing that fairly lean. Of course, getting my salts in, had a pretty good day so far. Pretty active day. Felt really good, high energy. Obviously, I'm gonna feel stark contrast in energy when I go from dry fasted to having electrolytes and water in my system. But I did kind of want to show here, just share a little bit. I can't turn the camera around because I'm doing everything on my phone. I want to get a computer because I definitely want to be able to edit and make my videos better. But again, this is more like documentation at the moment. Afterwards, after my 30 days, we're gonna assess where I'm at physically, because the weight, honestly, on the scale is just a number to me. It doesn't mean much. Like, I say my goal is 170, but if I'm not lean at 170, I'm gonna go lower. I'm about 5'8", so I mean, might have to cut more than that. But we'll see. I'll play it by ear. Like he says, if you think you're too small, you can always put the weight back on. So there we go. So right here on my mirror for accountability, I always write down my weights. As you can see, starting on the second, started at 237. Since I've been dry fasting and trying the death fasting, I have been consuming more water than I should on certain days. And I know when I was doing it more aggressively before, I didn't really log it. Like right here, you can see I've been logging the amount of water I intake. I did reach a low of 205.2. But again, this is something I do every day. Weigh myself every day. I don't obsess over the number of the scale. I mean, a pound is 15.3 fluid ounces, which is very easy to consume. I mean, 1 liter is 2 pounds. I mean, 1 liter, it's not hard. It's not hard. I mean, and I know it's not really something, again, you shouldn't be consuming that much water to begin with, unless you're sweating it out. Which, I mean, I do sweat, but not that much. But again, day 19, 11 days remaining. I am looking forward to breaking the fast, but I do feel, I mean, I go out with friends all the time, always eating around me, never eating the best stuff either. You can imagine what's on that list. But I do feel good, do feel 100% restraint, no temptation on my end. I'm determined to finish this, no matter what. I mean, I have fat on my body that my body could still feed off of. So, I mean, theoretically, if I'm not where I want to be, I could go longer. But I don't think I want to, mainly because I do want to train a lot harder. My goal after this is to put on muscle and build strength, more of a powerlifting type style, which is it's what I used to do 3.5 years ago. I do keep more updated my Instagram. I post it pretty frequently. It's at capital Tony, Tony 4L, just like that. If you want to follow along and see more frequent posting, I know I've been kind of slacking on YouTube because I've been doing it in both languages, and I've been skipping Spanish sometimes, mainly because I do want to reach the Hispanic community. I do want to teach them about snake dieting and fasting overall. I want to reach out to Cole because I did like when he was doing the mixed snake diet movie. I just feel like, I think, if I remember correctly, Mexico is now, it's where I'm from. I'm Mexican American. Both of my parents are from there. It's become, if it's not number 1, the most obese nation, it is number 2 for sure. And I just feel like there's so many people out there that could benefit from it. I mean, there's just so many diseases that come with it, and I'm looking to beat it. Everyone in my immediate family, they're overweight as well, and it's not even like a hating like being overweight. It's more the health aspect. Like, I mean, the longevity isn't there. It's just the honest truth, you know. It's you're lying to yourself. But again, I mean, go off how you feel. If you're tired all the time, get some more sleep, fix that nutrition. And I mean, if there's anything I've learned, I've been reading Siim Land's book too, Metabolic Autophagy, is meal frequency, hormones. It's really the key for most people, at least. I mean, most people are sedentary. But again, day 19, 11 days remaining, and it's just, if I'm drinking water, it's honestly really easy. Dry fasting it kicks my ass. It's not easy. But how I always like to quote, like, you know, how bad do you want it? I wake up every morning and tell myself that. Do you want short-term pleasure or do you want long-term success? What is it? You know? And this is a small amount of time for me to lose so much weight. I mean, 19 days, 32 pounds is pretty damn good. Like, I mean, I don't think there's anything else I could have done other than maybe like cut off a part of my body to lose that kind of weight like that quickly. So this stuff works. I do preach by it. I mean, I feel great. Again, I know Cole stopped recommending these longer fasts. Mainly because people don't have like the discipline afterwards to finish the fast to stick to a routine. My plan as of now is probably doing the 3-2-1 method. He was talking about the 3 days, 2 days, 1 day. And then depending on if, obviously I'm going to do small refeeds if I'm still not lean. If for whatever reason I kind of like stave off or don't cut as much as I want to, I will be doing like 3 days, 2 days, 1 day dry fasting, or I'll start off slower. Like out of my 3 days, I'll do 2 days dry fasted. Out of my 2 days, I'll do 1 day dry fasting, and I'll do the full 24 dry fasting. It just depends. I mean, there's so many ways you can play with it. It's pretty awesome. Like I'm excited for sure. I mean, again, this is the lowest I've ever weighed, which is pretty darn exciting. But yeah, I mean, thank you guys. I know I've had a lot of uptick in subscribers, I mean, it's relatively small, but I'm still, you know, I'm glad you guys are following along. I do appreciate y'all so much. And I mean, if there's anything like you could recommend or anything like that, like, I mean, feel free. Like, I mean, I do quite a bit of reading and I watch a lot of videos on it, but I mean, there's not enough time in the day to learn. Like, there's just so much out there. There's so much research, so much everything. It's astonishing. But again, day 19, 11 days. Thank you for following. I'm Tony. You have a good night.